lottery results real quick
Yeah, I got
because
them
we
right
will
here.
get
Just
into what happened. So here we go. I got it. Now, first off, we do have Dallas. That's what everybody knows so far. That's the headline that came down to Dallas and San Antonio. San Antonio has 2. Philadelphia 76ers snuck in there at 3. Charlotte stuck at 4. They continue to not get the top pick. Utah got boxed out and got 5. Washington, a lot of DC fans were hoping they got the top pick.
look, man.
How does 6 sound? Will 6 work for you?
No,
Number
because
7, New
Cooper Flag.
Orleans.
If Cooper Flag fell like Shador, it would be the end of the draft. Look,
It wouldn't
Flag ain't
happen.
coming out. Flag ain't coming out. That's
Hold
my
on, let me
point.
finish the order, the results.
Yeah, go
New
ahead.
Orleans at 7, Brooklyn
Yeah,
at 8. A lot of Brooklyn fans thought that maybe they would have had it. They've only won in the year 2000, and that was
needed
a
it.
nasty draft.
They
That was
needed
an
it.
it could have been their year, and it 8. How do you like 8? Toronto got number 9. They had a stink year and the 9th pick to show for it.
That's an
I don't know.
international pick.
There
That's gonna
is
be an
talent,
international pick.
yeah, or it's getting traded or who knows what. There is a fair amount of talent in this draft. That's for sure. There's some talent in this draft. There's not only 2 or 3, 4 players. There's more talent in this one than this past one. And I've talked about this rookie class being underrated just because there is guys that can play. Portland got 11, Chicago at 12. Chicago sort of punted, or they could have punted and didn't. They could have been in the San Antonio position. They were both bubble playoff teams at the All-Star break. San Antonio sat Wembanyama, said, we're not going to try and run before we can walk. And they've got a second pick. Chicago got a play-in tournament invite and the 12th pick. Atlanta got 13 and San Antonio's second pick, which is by way of, I want to say
Theft.
Atlanta. I can't say, I can't
I'm
recall,
kidding.
but
Yeah,
whoever in the standings wise fell at that last
let's
record
talk.
spot. Oh, they got that from Sacramento, I want to say. That
Yeah,
is
let's
via
talk about that
Sacramento.
13th pick.
So,
Atlanta. Atlanta ships the house to get the number 1 pick to the Mavericks. Atlanta would
I
be a
mean, you could
nice.
try.
No, Atlanta. Cooper Flag go to Atlanta. He in the South. Yeah, Duke. You know what I'm talking about, man. They pay me the big bucks for this.
I
That
can't let us get that off the top because here's the thing. Here's
they
the
got it.
thing.
Atlanta wants to
There's
get
a
rid of
and
Trey,
because
right?
I know your other point is that maybe Coop wouldn't come out because of the situation in Dallas. And that's a story. I won't
It's
throw
yeah.
immediate water. I won't throw water all over that, but he's coming out and
These markets are too small.
Dallas is probably taking him with the first pick. The fact that they have the first pick. This is orchestrated. Cooper
That was a
Flagg isn't going back to college. While it's not a fair, while it's not a balloon that can't float and hang for a little bit. I get it. He's
big
coming out.
market. Look,
He's going to sign a fat contract. He's already got a New Balance shoe. He'll have a shoe for his rookie season.
Brooklyn and Atlanta are
He'll
the 2
come
biggest
out.
markets in this draft. Let me say this. If he comes out, if he declares, let me tell you what's going to happen on the business side. If I was an agent, if I was a GM, which again, this may happen sooner than you think. If I'm at Brooklyn, being that I'm a New York guy, I'm shipping the house to Dallas. I got the biggest market. I'm bringing Jay-Z back, and I'm bringing the heat. Cooper Flag, he will help us raise the flag. Pause. Or if I'm Atlanta and I've already got a star in the ACC, and the South ain't had a star in a long time, and Trey Young has left a bad taste in everybody's mouth, I'm shipping the house. I'm going to number 1 because Cooper can't go less than number 1. He's the best name, the best player in this draft. He's number
Atlanta
1.
doesn't have enough. They don't have enough. Why would Dallas doesn't
Well,
want Shea,
unfortunately, oh
Trey,
yeah,
and they gave the first round picks away to get
hello Brooklyn,
DeJounte Murray. And those
hello
are picks
Brooklyn.
that San Antonio now owns.
Brooklyn is the
Future
only
picks.
team right.
So
Brooklyn is the only team in this front office right now. Out of all these teams with
and
a stable front
they
office,
don't really have enough either. They did recoup a lot of their own first round picks in the Kevin
money.
Durant trade,
They
but
got money. They
you're
got
gonna need
money.
a few. I still don't know. I still
Cash,
don't think
cash, cash,
the
and few.
assets still don't stack up. I mean,
What does
there's
Dallas
not.
have? Dallas has new ownership, a new
They
GM.
have Anthony Davis. They have Kyrie Irving, depending on what his injury comes back from.
And
And
if you
I'll shout
give,
out to my guys. I'll shout out to my guys in Dallas because
which is
I've been in text threads and conversations with them. The team, they don't have to still think that
need the
this makes
number
them
one pick.
instant. This could continue to be a rebuild,
I
even
don't
with
want to
Flagg.
rebuild. Cooper, dude, man, let me tell you, bro.
He shouldn't probably, but that's why we're having the conversation because right
We
now anything is at play. Anything is
Brooklyn,
at play.
Brooklyn,
Philly could try to jump from 3 to
look,
1.
didn't Brooklyn get rid of Kyrie? Ship the rest of that trailer. Ship the rest of that brownstone to Dallas, right?
But Dallas, man,
And get the
so
number
where Dallas
because
is right now
If
after
Dallas goes to number 8, if Dallas swaps from 1 to 8, we see this in the NFL all the time. The NBA would do well to learn. Switch from 1 to 8. If you want to go with Kyrie and Anthony Davis, the number 8 pick will serve you for your rebuilding purposes. If you steal the number 1 pick, the number 1 player in America, the number 1 player right now in name and brand value, and you steal him in a brand new front office who has an entire angry fan base against him. If I was Cooper's agent, I would shred anything that came from the Dallas metro area. If it had a basketball contract, an offer, that offer would be rejected. And I would tell them that I rejected it and make my rejection and objection to the terms into that location clear. That front office is a mess. Okay.
while I was pushing back, I am going to lean into what you're saying because that is a narrative that I'm not hearing right now. And again, these are almost instant reactions, but
Got to hear it
their
from me.
season takes exactly, and we might be breaking it. You know what I'm saying? What if Cooper Flag doesn't want to go to Dallas?
He isn't going to go to Dallas. If I was his agent, he's not going.
So
I'm going
while
to
I might
force
not be
Brooklyn.
there with you, that is a fair question to raise in the conversation between now
Yeah.
and then. Because so like you said, the reason why I can't see Dallas trading it, there's not assets really to make it happen from those couple of
No, but
teams.
the reason
It's
why I
not.
can
It's
see them
not.
trading it,
It'd be
but
inexcusable,
remember what
especially
you
after
just said.
trading away Luca.
Oh,
After trading
no, but
Luca, you now can't again trade the
that's the
first
point.
pick for something
Yes,
that isn't Giannis. Unless
yes.
it's Giannis, you can't trade the first
Three-way.
pick.
Thank you. Three-way trade. Now you're talking my business. Now you're talking my language, baby. Now we're talking money. Let's put together a three-way trade. We go to
And
Brooklyn.
right
We
now,
go to the Bucks.
yeah,
Listen, the Bucks. We clean house. We give the Dallas Mavericks win now players that are aging so they can at least get to the playoffs to rebuild their fan base. Cannot squander the number 1 pick there. If I was his agent, I wouldn't let him go. Brooklyn is the best market in this draft. These are all small mid-market teams, 1 through 14, that have already made international superstars turn into milk cartons. Wembanyama is the tallest man in America. No one can find him.
but I mean,
No,
so
let me finish. He's
just
not
because
on
we're
any
doing that,
commercial. No one can find him. We need to take Cooper Flagg and get the Brooklyn Nets into position 8, three-way trade. You will get Giannis. Giannis is the perfect player for Texas. Large Nigerian population. You got Dimitri Obalor and all them down there. They will build a thing around him. That will be great marketing for them because you got rid of Luka. So you have to get Giannis. Now you give up that number 1 pick, and then Brooklyn takes and ships the entire house, that roster, which you probably know better than me, up to the Bucks because the Bucks they're finished. Lillard's
they
finished.
need assets. They
He
need
wants
tradable
out.
pieces. They need young
And
players.
they
They need
need pieces.
yes.
Brooklyn can clean the house, give them a season
Okay,
or
so I
2 of
got you.
losing,
I
give them a
got you.
season or 2. I'm told you, I'm going to school for this, baby. You give Milwaukee a season or 2 of losing so they can get in the
Right,
lottery and they'll be right back
right,
in it. You give them
right.
pieces that can be used now. Brooklyn is the best market for Cooper Flagg. It's the biggest
Okay,
market.
so
It's
I
New
see
York,
it.
baby. You
So
gotta do
in
that 3-way.
simplest, right? No, because I get it now. It connected, and to reiterate it in most simplest version, 3-way trade: Brooklyn, Dallas, Milwaukee.
Bingo.
Dallas gets Dallas gets Giannis. That's all you get.
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn, you get
Number 1
the
pick.
first pick.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee, you
You
get
get
everything
everything.
else.
You get
You
everything
get
else.
everything else. You get
Call
everything
JB the
else.
ticket. I will be a licensed attorney in California in 2028. If you guys want to reach out to me, these deals are still going to be getting done. I'm just giving you a free one right now.
Because I
That's
had
how
to
you put
make
the
it
deal
make
together.
sense. I had to just say, okay, well, why does this make sense for Milwaukee if you're not getting the first pick? And I think that they still would have maybe a hard time selling that. However, y'all struck lightning and it's over.
It's over.
So
Lillard,
so
listen, and this is
so
where I
respect the
would be.
game.
I would be in the
Respect the
office.
game.
I would
Yeah.
be in the office holding up the boot. I would have Lillard's jersey
And what you
tied to
do
a
is
boot, and I'd throw it at him. I'm
you
like, "This is
embrace
what you got."
Lillard. You say, Lillard, we want you to finish your career here. We've got nothing but time for you to take your time and give back. We're going to do our best to get some young players to
You're my co-agent. This is my
see who's
co-agent
capable, and the ones that are salvageable, we can be aggressive in a year and a half with
because
cap
they'll be back
space
in the draft
and
with
everything
cap
else.
space because you'll win
And
12
Brooklyn
games. You'll be
just
like the
swipes
Spurs.
in. Right. Well, yeah, right. We'll be super duper nasty. We'll find whoever's him next year. We'll swing for that a couple of times. And if not, we're going to then be aggressive with cap space. And well, you'll be Steph Curry's age right now, still capable. And Brooklyn, all we need is a shot in the arm right now. Give us Cooper Flagg. We got money right now in this offseason.
Got money. Got
Sky's the limit.
money. We
That
will go
coach up
pick
there
up.
is good. That coach in Brooklyn's not bad.
Thank you. Thank you. They it's the only move that makes sense in this draft.
Because right now
You want people talking
everybody's
about
already
this draft.
assuming.
You do this move before the draft, get Cooper's agent on the phone and say get the media. Now you got people talking about the NBA. Is Cooper going to Brooklyn? Cooper in
Because
Brooklyn.
right now, yeah, right now people are thinking that it's a lock, and I think you raised a good question. Like I said, while I had pushback for it, what if Cooper Flagg's people are like, no, Dallas is tainted goods. We don't want to do that right now. How
Thank
can
you.
we do that given their current track record? It would make us, we have to
Look like
handle you
idiots.
more properly. And everybody's assuming that that's already done deal. Hey, Dallas, you got Cooper in exchange for the Luka trade. Here you go, Nico Harrison. And they're assuming that San Antonio now moves this piece for Giannis. They think that San Antonio can package 2, 14, and some of the young guys for Giannis, right?
That's
And
not
while
a
they
good fit
can,
for the
that
team.
also and guess who that if we all think that San Antonio's gonna go get Giannis, if you are in the same state as them, let alone the same conference.
We
Hey,
create that bullshit.
we can't let
Hypocrite.
them get Giannis. We
I
have to go
create
give them the first pick.
I create some ripples in the water. I call San Antonio and be like, look, we got something going. You want in?
Great, we got Cooper
That's what I
Flag,
would
but
do.
San Antonio just got Giannis to put next to Wembanyama, so we're still chasing
I
them
would
like a MFer.
I would I would have
If we cut the line and
I
say,
would
"Hey,
have you
Milwaukee, here's number one,"
no,
or
hold on.
here, okay, we call them with Brooklyn on the phone, say, "Hey, Milwaukee, I got bad news. You're not getting the first pick." But you're not going to get the second pick either. That's a that's a lottery ticket, hoping you get the second pick right. You're going to flood you with assets, and you're going to lose Giannis anyway. Don't send him
How
for the
about
second
this?
pick. We're going to flood you more so between us and Brooklyn, and it's already
It's a done deal. You take Dallas and Brooklyn, you give it to Milwaukee. We get Dallas on the phone. If I was to be doing this, I would get Dallas on the phone just to create a bidding war. I would have Dallas make the first, excuse me, I would have San Antonio
I got you. Right, right,
make the
right.
first tender offer. I would have them make a restricted offer. I'd say make him a tender just to get the conversation going. And I wouldn't even give them terms. And I know they'd send me something shitty because they're a cheap team. I get that shitty tender offer, and then I
Right.
go to
And
you in the
Popovich
media,
is in control now. Now Popovich is in control.
and yeah, and I would go to you in the media and say, "Hey, look what I got! Exclusive story: Spurs make an offer to Giannis." Then
We
I
can't
call
let them
Brooklyn.
have we can't let them have
Then I
Fox,
call Brooklyn.
Giannis, Wemby. What?
Then I
No.
call Brooklyn and say, "Look, I might have a way to get you Giannis or the number one pick. Call me back." Brooklyn called me back. Yo, JB, what's cracking? Yo, we need one of them. We need one of them dudes. We need the number one dude or Giannis. I'm like, look, I can put this together. Dallas is why I'm gonna make this move. Dallas just got rid of yeah, but Dallas got the number
Can we
one.
just broke it?
Dallas got the number one. Nah, 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 nah. That's what I'm saying. They got the number one. but they fans don't like them right now. And look, I can put something together, bro. I got to weigh in the
Let me
Flagg,
take that
dog.
off your hands. Let me take that off your
If I
hands.
get you one, I get you Flagg. Just roll with me with this one. Let me call Dallas. Bloop. Hey y'all, how you doing? Yeah. Just calling y'all. Hey, look, y'all still keeping Kyrie and Anthony, the two boot boys? Okay, I might have a way to get you Giannis Antetokounmpo. You think you might be interested in that? Okay. Um, Brooklyn might have a little something for you too, but Brooklyn might want a little something in return. And you ain't got to worry about compensating because Brooklyn has a lot right now and they can split some hairs on the money. You're interested? Okay, let me start making some calls. And by Friday, you'll be breaking the story. Breaking news. Daryl Harris here in Las Vegas. Giannis Antetokounmpo goes to Dallas. Dallas trades the #1 pick to Brooklyn, and Brooklyn emptied the house. To Milwaukee. Next. Telling you, and that's the deal. That's the only thing that makes sense. The NBA wants people talking about this draft, and if people want to make sure Cooper Flagg gets his just
Flagg is
due,
the real deal.
because
Oh
Wemby,
man.
and let me tell you why. Wemby went to that small market San Antonio. Look where he had. You got a geriatric coach. You're the tallest man in America. No one sees you on a commercial. He's on a milk carton. You cannot do that to Cooper Flagg. The powers that be right now wouldn't even let that happen. Okay, he's got to go to Brooklyn. He goes to Brooklyn. All he got to do is take one picture with Barron. It's over. Pay me. Pay me. I'm just keeping it real. I don't have time to play games. I'm too old for that. I'm here for the check. The bill will be paid. The
Yeah,
invoice
we'll
will
take
be
your
paid.
bad contracts. We'll whatever you want, man. Right.
Will Brooklyn dump the house, split a little bit of it with Dallas if they feel, but you getting Giannis. Y'all don't get nothing. Y'all get now Giannis. Y'all get Giannis. You give up.
Brooklyn, yeah,
You get
exactly.
the
That's it.
pick.
That's it. You're good.
You get
Brooklyn,
Giannis.
you go from 8 to
Brooklyn.
1,
You go
and
to
y'all
8 to
split the
1.
tax. Yeah, y'all split the
Y'all
tax for
split the
Milwaukee. Y'all
tax.
split the bill for Milwaukee.
Split the bill for Milwaukee. Get him out of there. And then you bring in Cooper. He's got a good coach. You take that
Yep,
free
Dallas,
agency.
you might have to
You take
throw in,
all
yeah,
that free agency cap money you got from getting all them contracts
Yeah,
off, and
throw
now
in
you go
PJ
out.
Washington, throw in, you know what I'm saying, throw in,
All you got to do is go
somebody
around
else
the
off of their
league.
bench.
You go around the league and pick up guys that are in a contract year on playoff teams.
Yeah,
That's how you build. That's how you
PJ
build a team
Washington, you're
around.
out of here. Najee Marshall, come get him. Things like that. You could probably have Klay Thompson. Do you want Klay? You can take Klay. Come get Klay.
Clay, he's a boot brother. Put Clay on some roller skates, push him down the stairs again, IRL him, sayonara retirement party, 10 and 10 million. Like, Klay Thompson is injured today and has to retire. It's over. Look, get rid of all them goofballs. Get the #1 pick. Yeah, hey, yo, Brooklyn. Shout out your boy JB. New York, Queens born, all and bred, upstate, baller, real records, real points scored on New York basketball courts, core schools and universities. Listen to what I'm telling you. Do all you have to do. What I just told you about that three-way trade with the Bucks and the Mavs and you guys to get the #1. Dump those bad contracts and those agent injured players. Dallas, you pick up Giannis because he's ready to roll. Milwaukee, you give Dame Lillard his just due and his respect on his way out because it's about that time.
Yeah, you respect that man. You respect that man. Let him, he put in longevity, 12, 13 years, one franchise. Don't go skinny on him now that he finally had a little season-ending injury.
Right.
Support him. Say, look, bro, you got a spot here in a year and a half, 2 seasons. Take your time.
And here's the good news. Here's the good news about giving up Giannis. Good news about giving up Giannis, Milwaukee Bucks fans. You'll be right back in the draft for the next 2 seasons, picking up more top players. You'll be back in the lottery. So you'll be
Flagg ain't the last one. He ain't the last one.
You still got Florida players in there. You know, you still got to trade that pick.
Dibansa.
And there you go. And remember,
Dibansa.
Dallas, you still getting the #8 pick. You're just moving from 1 to 8. 8 is better for you. Dallas, 8 fits better for you.
Keon Anthony. 2026, Keon Anthony.
Bingo.
Elijah Arenas.
Bingo. There you go. Agent Zero. Agent Zero plus one.
I didn't have nothing to follow this up, man. And there's nothing that we need to mention in regards to the draft that is more fire than that. And that's going to shake some stuff up, what we just said on here.
Yeah, it's gonna give
That's
me something
gonna do
good
it.
to read into the sports pages.
That's gonna do it.
Gonna give me something good to read in the sports pages. You know, I haven't been on in a while. Again, I told you I'm taking this summer sabbatical, and I haven't dropped a lot of grease for these guys to go and make stories to happen. But you make sure you know who to give them credit. You give credit to Deal, JB the
Yeah,
Ticket.
this is a day and
Because
age,
we
man.
gave
When
you the NBA lottery, we gave you the draft, we gave you everything that you need to know if you're a Hoops fan in this pod. I appreciate you, Doc.
Yes, sir, man. This is a time when, shout out to Terrell Emerson getting quoted by ESPNW, Bleacher Report, WNBA, running with quotes that we have. My man Justin, his recap of WrestleMania 41 was a part of the thumbnail clipping on Monday Night Raw, meaning that his little blurb on the show was as good as whoever else in the world wrote about it. And that's the company we got over here, man. JB the Ticket, D-Hoop U. Subscribe, like, chime in. Come to class. Do your homework. Do your homework. This is the time of year when the homework pays off.
You don't want to be getting a cold call and have a cold answer.
Till next time.